That might be Providence. You know, this feels like a home game being here in St. Paul. But for the first time in my 33 years of being alive, a Republican presidential candidate is polling ahead of a Democrat presidential candidate with black men. That presidential candidate is Donald J. Trump, and I'm supporting him unequivocally. This election is not about me. It's not about my personal flaws or shortcomings. It's not about my rumors on the internet or debt, just like it's not about his. And they want to make it about that. Some people in this room want to make it about that. The mainstream media wants to make it about that. This isn't about Donald Trump's flaws. This is about his ideas. This is about the idea of being America first. And there's nothing wrong with being America first. I'm America first through and through, and some people say it's extreme, it's radical. It makes me an extremist, a conspiracy theorist, a fascist, even a racist. But none of that is true. The truth is, there's nothing wrong with taking care of your home first. Raise your hand in here if you have a home. You take care of home first, but that means something. And we got to sort that out here today, because honestly, this election isn't about me, it's not about Donald Trump, it's not even about the idea of America first. There's an even bigger idea that we have to sort out in this convention today: citizenship. You all are not citizens of the whole world. These people who tell you you're citizens of the whole world are lying to you. You are citizens of this country. The value, and right now they want to sell that value out. From here to Davos, Switzerland, to Beijing and back. And obviously they're in DC in the swamp, and Amy Klobuchar is at the head of it. All this climate change and the LGBTQ, and of course she wants to fund I'll save that for a moment. 3 issues, 3 priorities to restoring our citizenship, to making sure that we have a country. And right now today, you do have to answer that question. They'll say all they want to, they'll bring anybody up here they can. But at the end of the day, this is about you, the delegates. There's still a tiny corner of this country where you, the citizens, still have power. And it's right now today. This convention. 3 issues on my agenda: border, debt, forever wars. I'll continue. We know you can't have a country without a border. We all agree. We know you can't have a border being $36 trillion in debt and taking on another trillion every 100 days. The question is, can you be a country and fund forever wars? And I know this is where the room's going to split a little. And I'm okay with that. I'm not a pacifist. I've been in plenty of fistfights there in the neighborhood. I believe in having a strong military. But we cannot continue to defend everybody else's borders more than we defend our own. Now, there are many people in here who have claimed that I'm anti-Semitic. If you know my story from of late, my 10-year-old son had a brain infection recently. He was rushed to the hospital, had 2 brain surgeries. Hurt my heart. The young man's name is Benjamin. For those of you familiar with the Bible, that is a Hebrew name. Binyamin is how they would say it in the Jewish dialect. My best friend, David Penn. If David Penn is in here, please stand up. Yes. David Penn is greatly responsible for bringing me to the Republican Party and being here today. And yes, he is Jewish, and I trust this man more than anybody else in my life. He's family. But anti-Semitism, just like being black, is the new identity politics that they use to steal your money. We're going to support Israel, but we're not going to clump it together with Ukraine. We're going to separate the two. There is no need to clump together support. And it's not just about the Ukraine or Israel. It's also about all the other omnibus legislation that they passed through, right? You can't do it. And what we need in the United States Senate more than ever are people who are willing to stand up as long as it takes to make sure that they don't continue to take your freedom and your rights Believe me when I tell you, the best way to predict human behavior is fear. They will always find a boogeyman out there for you to justify giving them more of your tax money and thus more of your freedom. And eventually, if you don't have a border, if you don't have an economy, if you're always defending everybody else's borders, what's going to happen? You got no country. You got no citizenship. You have no rights. And essentially, you have no freedom. This is the referendum today. It's not on me. It's not about winning this endorsement. Sure, I hope you endorse me. It's not about Donald Trump winning. It's about you. It's about you understanding that right now you get to decide, do we have a country or not going forward? I will go to the United States Senate. I will defeat Amy Klobuchar in him. I will go to work on Amy Klobuchar in Hennepin, Ramsey, and Dakota. And I will stand up there and filibuster every omnibus bill I can until the powers return to we the people. My name is Royce White. I'm running for the United States Senate. I hope to have your endorsement today. It's not about you. It's not about the people in D.C. It's about each